Hi, I'm Kenton Shepard, and I'd like to show you how to use my CCPIA Commercial Template for Spectora to create templates for a variety of different commercial inspection types. This template has about 12,000 comments in it, and although you can perform inspections with it just like this, it's more effective to duplicate this template and then use the duplicates to create specialist inspection templates. Let's say you want to create a template for an office building with a flat roof. The first thing you'll do is to duplicate this template. And the way you do that is to go up to the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, select Add Templates, select Clone from another template, choose the template, and choose this template. We're not going to do that right now because it takes a while to build the template, and I've already created another one. And there it is. This is the copy. And just to keep this clear, you can rename it by clicking on the little pen icon. And let's call it Office Building with Flat Roof. And then save it. So we'll go down through here and let me show you one thing. You'll see that roof structure ventilation there are two titles that are similar, but one has a hash mark after it. All the titles in the sections that have hash marks have a place for unit or room numbers. At numbers blank. That way, if you have the same problem in a number of units, one narrative will take care of it all. You just put different room numbers in there. But since we're going to do an office building, and let's say it's not going to have room numbers or unit numbers, we can go ahead and delete all those titles with hashtags. And also, this is for an office building with a flat roof, so we can go through and delete all the steep slope sections. And roof structure ventilation, we really won't need that with a flat roof, probably. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And that leaves us with the low slope roof covering systems. And you can take a quick look at what's included with that. And I'm going to move through this kind of quickly. If there's something you want to look at a bit longer, you can just pause the video. So coming down through here, if you're doing commercial inspections, you probably understand that any section titles in gray will not appear in the report, but any section titles in blue will appear in the report. So you want to keep that in mind as you move down through here. Exterior wall coverings and flashing. Exterior trim, fascia, and soffit. Door and window exteriors, exterior vent termination clearances, topography and stormwater drainage, parking lot, garage. An office building is probably not going to have a residential type of garage, so we'll go ahead and delete that. It might have subterranean parking, and well, it probably won't have multi-level, but we'll leave it in there just in case. Since it's grayed out, it won't show up in a report unless you want it to. Concrete flatwork, exterior lighting, landscaping and structural appurtenances, exterior stairways, loading docks. Well, since it doesn't have a warehouse, it's just an office building, I think we can safely delete that one. And anything you delete, you can put back from the original later on. Exterior structures, decks. Well, probably not in a commercial building, so I think we'll remove that one. And the access stairways for decks, porches with the hash mark, we can remove that. Balconies with the hash mark, remove that. Interior walkways, exterior walkways, you never know. We'll leave those in there just in case. We might have a crawl space, but we don't need the one with room numbers. Same with the basement. Structural framing, right now the commercial floor structure is chosen, or is there but not chosen. Right now the conventional framing with wood lumber, wood framing or engineered lumber framing is chosen. Bearing walls, partition walls, roof structure, conventional framing is not chosen. In fact, we'll leave that in there just because some flat roofs have conventional framing. Truss roof, that's possible too. Roof sheathing, roof structure, low slope, parapets and coping, crickets, probably not. That's not a low slope thing. That's more of a steep slope thing. Chimney at roof, that's possible. Heating and ventilation. Well, it may have a furnace. We won't need a room number. Let's assume actually that this is going to have rooftop units. We will just turn this gray in case it has a furnace. Save that. Now that's grayed out. It's probably got ducts. Boiler, we don't need the room numbers. Fireplace, I'm going to gray that out. I'm not going to delete it though. You just never know. Cooling, since we grayed out furnace, we're going to go ahead and bring back at least 2 rooftop units. And it wouldn't be unusual for there to be, we've got 4 listed here, it wouldn't be unusual for there to be more than that in a large building. But these can easily be turned to blue font and duplicated. Conventional split system, that's possible. Mini split, it's possible. Oops. Hang on. There we go. Evaporative cooler. Cooling tower, chiller, ventilation. We'll leave those in just in case. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to leave them there. Plumbing. We could leave these in because none of these item titles will appear in the report unless there is a narrative chosen for that title. But just to make it smaller, we're going to go ahead and delete the ones that are set up for room numbers. And moving on down through the sections into electrical. It's set up for single phase, but it's got 3-phase also, as you can see there, and we're going to delete the one with the hash mark. So easy enough to switch that from single phase to 3-phase depending on the what's included in the building you're inspecting. Interior elements, I'll give you a quick look at that just so you know what's involved there. Floors, walls, ceiling, interior trim, doors, windows, skylights, stairways, that's commercial stairways. Miscellaneous components like ceiling fans and doorbells, loft and interior walkway, pests, and wine cellar. Moving on down through there, we can go ahead and delete that one. Interior stairway with the hash mark gets deleted. Now, since it's a commercial building, it probably isn't going to have any bathrooms. It's going to have restrooms, men's and women's restrooms. So we're just going to delete all these bathrooms, all 4 of them. Laundry facilities, well, we don't really know. We can go ahead and delete the one with the hash mark. Attic, environmental hazards, you can see what's there. Mold, radon, pests, asbestos, evidence of flooding, lead paint. Cooking facilities. If it's an office building, it's probably got a lunchroom, which would be a residential type, so we won't need the one with the unit number. And it probably is not going to have a commercial kitchen, so we'll delete that one too. Means of egress. I spent a lot of time on the IBC looking through this and pulling what I thought was relevant out of here. So there's quite a bit there. Fire safety. Pool and spa. Well, probably not. Special utility systems. You can see what that is. Backup generator, steam plant. You know, we'll leave it in there just in case. And the building code links. We go up here and select the pencil icon. And then click UP codes and select the little icon on the left. You can scroll down through the jurisdictions on the left. All the states are here and some cities, and choose your jurisdiction. And then over here are pretty much all the ICC codes plus the NEC and the fire code. So that's a pretty handy to have with you when you're performing an inspection. Yes, it's not a code inspection, but both building codes and inspections overlap in their concern for safety. So you can purchase this commercial template. Pretty soon you'll be able to get it from inspectoroutlet.com. Right now you can buy it on my website, hinarratives.com, and it sells for $4.50. Thanks for taking a look.